Alright, man, peace. So as many of you brothers know who've been on my channel for a while, I have a very long-running series called Paternity Test Should Be Mandatory. And the reason why I have that series and why it will be infinite, or at least as long as I have this channel on YouTube, is because of segments like this right here. I'm not even going to have one of these long intros. We're just going to get right down to it. Just pay very close attention over the course of this video. It's going to illustrate with a great amount of transparency why you brothers must demand that you have a paternity test done every time the female who claims that you inseminated her brings forth the seed. So anyway, they're going to talk about it. I'm going to chime in.
Plaintiff Sylvia Patoa is dating the defendant.
Oh, she's from Tupelo, Mississippi. That's where Elvis was from.
And they have a child together. However, Sylvia's friends and family claim the baby doesn't look like the defendant. So she petitioned the court for a DNA test to prove the defendant is her child's father. Defendant Titavian Doss.
Nigga named Titavian. Where do niggas come up with these names, man? Titavian.
He's been there for Sylvia's baby since the day the child was born. And he hopes he's proven to be the father.
So you were there for the baby since the day that the child was born, but it never occurred to you to have a paternity test done. Brothers, don't be one of those dudes who tries to be the quote-unquote good guy. Don't worry about being the good guy. Be the smart guy. Sometimes in the process of being smart, you're going to come off as arrogant or cocky or whatever. It doesn't matter. But make sure that you protect your own ass. That's what matters the most. Cover all your bases so that you don't end up in situations where you have to verify whether or not you have exerted a particular amount of energy or focus of mind on something that might not even be yours in the long run. Make sure that you cover your own ass and that you put you first, especially when it comes to your soul and your spirit. When you think that a child is yours and you spend a certain amount of resources and mental focus on that child, that's an investment that you're never going to get back. Always keep that shit in mind, man.
But he can't move forward until he gets the DNA results.
All right, and we're here today to determine the paternity of your child, and I guess there's an assumption that you all share the child together as parents, but perhaps that's what we're here to determine. You tell me.
Well,
some background.
I met Titavian in the 2015, going into 2016. We started dating 2017. I ended up pregnant 2017. I had my son May 17, 2018. And until his 2 months to 6 weeks checkup, I don't take him out around people. So when the 6 weeks came in August, I took him out. We was at a store. And some of my friends come up and they was like, "Oh, Sylvia, he's so pretty." And they was like,
you presumed it was his at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And they was like, "Ty, that baby don't look nothing like you." That's what they would say.
In front of him.
In front of him. They'll tell him, they said, "Ty, that baby don't look like you."
Because they were trying to put him on the game. I did a video about this a little bit earlier. I believe that it was a Judge Mathis video as well. A lot of times these women will have friends that know that they're dealing with a man who's a relatively good person. What I mean by that is basically many times a woman will have friends that is jealous of that female because she happens to have a good man. And they don't like how she's treating that good man because they know how difficult it is to find a man of that caliber, especially someone who's willing to quote unquote handle his business when it comes to something that is actually his responsibility, like child rearing. So if they know certain information about that female, such as the fact that she was stepping out, she may have been sleeping with other men behind that quote-unquote good man's back, they'll try to throw out little things to help him catch on to what's really going on. And of course, many times it's also because they're jealous and they want to have the opportunity to lay down with that quote-unquote good man and maybe steal him for themselves.
You can tell it hurt him and it offended him in some type of way.
Some crazy folks.
And so...
Crazy, or maybe they have a conscience, who knows?
Be like brother and sister to you? Who would have nerve to come up to somebody and say that to the man?
And they're my friends.
That baby don't look like you.
And they're my friends, so...
Yeah. What'd you say when your girlfriends tell the father of your child that that father don't look like his child.
Yes, he do. I say he look just like child.
Okay, you did say that. All right.
Yes, that's what I tell him.
And you ain't say, y'all make a good point.
Y'all right. He don't look like that nigga. Imagine the baby's dark skin. The defendant light as hell. And the baby probably look like damn Wesley Snipes.
I was thinking that myself.
Yeah, you gotta step in there now. Okay, so you did step in. All right.
And then there's another time, my oldest sister, she was like, see, that baby look just like my other little boy, my oldest son. I said, yeah, I'm sure he does. I'm his mama, and they're both my sons. They're going to favor. And she was like, nah, he looks just like my other son. So, and she says it around him, and he takes that in. But when he gets mad or we have a heated argument, the first thing he'll say, that baby's not mine. They said that baby don't look like me. You heard him?
Some of these cases, these females start talking about how the father starts to question the paternity, or the alleged father starts to question the paternity whenever they get into one of these quote-unquote heated arguments. And what that really reveals is how normal the vast majority of these modern-day females believe it is to have these knockdown, drag-out verbal altercations with men. As I tell you brothers all the time, the woman's natural polarity is negativity. That's their natural state, is to be negative. The vast majority of them. All of them no, but the vast majority of them. And they need to expel that negative energy in the form of starting an argument out of nowhere. If the woman was to go for a certain period of time without starting some type of negative interaction with someone, she would lose her mind. Because she builds up so much toxic energy inside of herself, she has to expel it in some way, shape, or form.
Say it. That's what he'll say to me. I'm like, Ty, you just going off what people say, but I'm here. I want him to know this baby is his. Our 11-month-old son.
All right, let me hear from you, sir.
Your Honor, first off, I just want to say, I hope the baby is mine.
Yeah.
God damn, where he from? Sound like he fresh out of slavery. He must be a house nigga. Light skin as he is. Dude sound country as hell. I might need some subtitles for this one.
You know, since day one, I never turned my back on him no matter that.
Has he? He's been there since day one.
He's been there, but when he gets mad, he does leave. He come back.
I never had my doubts, but when
That's what I do.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I've been married 33 years. You're doing right. Maybe y'all get to 33. You keep walking away from an argument. That's how you do it.
when I met him, it was like everything was just perfect, too good to be true. You know, everything a man can want him more. But
wait, what? What this cat just say? Everything a man want more. You better take his ass back out there to them fields. I don't know what the hell his brother's talking about.
As we got on down the line, you know, things started to, I guess we kind of got comfortable with each other, and things started to, you know, veer out of, but I never really had my doubts until, you know, but when people say that all the time, just this and that, it kind of leads me to thinking like, you know,
Boy, it's kind of leading me to thinking, I don't know what the hell you saying. This cat sound like Pootie Tang.
what is true. That's why I'm here today, to try and get the truth, you know, get the
You know what just matters? Let's just get the results, please.
closer to this. Just, I want to know the outcome.
Me too.
Okay. And the child is yours. You certainly, it sounds like, intend to be a full father.
Family, yes, sir.
And the child is not yours.
I
It's
still
11
be there for the
months.
child.
Really?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. I
You know, you all
say.
don't have as strong a bond as you might otherwise.
Right.
Beyond 11 months. Okay, you're a good man. You're a great man.
Well, let's find out how great he gonna be after he get them damn results. Look at that broad face. She knows something's up. She look guilty as hell. Let me rewind this back a little bit. Now look at how this broad's eyes start darting back and forth and shit, and she's just praying to herself, please let this be this man's baby. She guilty. You see her eyes darting back and forth like a damn sewer rat?
Right, let's see. And you weren't dealing with anyone else during that time?
No, sir. My oldest son's father would come over to visit his son, and I think that kind of...
Got it. Gave that...
That kind of what? That kind of gave the impression that you were still fucking your oldest son's father, which you most likely were.
pressure.
Yeah.
While I was at work, though.
Yeah, while you was at work, she was getting work put in on her.
Kind of like.
How
Sometimes he would be there. He would go to the back
often
room.
would he come over?
Yeah, he would go to the back room, and while he was in the back room, you was getting hit from the back.
He would come like every other week or so, but
Yeah, he definitely was coming every other week. No doubt about that.
would be there. He would go to the back room and not sit up there, but then when he leaves, he'll come up there and try to
What
make
about
it seem
him
like,
being there when you're, well, as long as he's there to pick the child up while your husband works and y'all have a little small talk or talk about the child.
and sometimes he'll just go
Yeah, a lot of small talk, and a lot of big fucking.
to the back room. He don't even sit in there with us.
Okay. And you swear you weren't dealing with anyone else?
No, sir.
Okay.
Look at that broad's face, how her mouth keeps moving. She knows that she's about to get busted doing something. Let me wind this back a little bit again. Look at that broad's face.
Okay. And you swear you weren't dealing with anyone else?
No, sir.
When you say anyone else, are you talking about like a human?
Well, this indicates you're not telling the truth.
Dum dum dum.
This is not the father. Have a good day, folks.
Now she wanna act like it's a misprint. Brothers, look, man. When you have that feeling in your gut that something's going on, it's because it normally is. That's why. That's why you gotta keep the Most High first, man. And always make sure that you get a paternity test as soon as that baby is brought forth. I don't give a shit who gets mad about it. Fuck them.
I'll be there for the child. I ain't got.
You be there for the child. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, hey, maybe he wants to make it work with the chick that bad, but at least make her sweat a little bit. I mean, damn. I promise you, bro, she's going to keep I promise you, that baby is the quote-unquote oldest child's baby daddy. If he was to get a paternity test done on that other dude, I promise you that he's the dad. But he's so quick to say he's going to be there for the child. Maybe he's just talking for TV.
I don't have much to say. I'll be there for the child. I just say.
Not even right. I don't believe it's right.
You don't believe it's right? Well, what we supposed to believe? Who we supposed to talk to? Your vagina? Lift up your dress. Let's ask your vagina. Vagina, whose penis was up in you that made that child? I bet you the vagina go, I can't talk right now. I'm full.
I don't. I don't.
I was ready to go.
That dude about to have a mental breakdown.
I don't know. I just don't know what to do, man.
You don't know what to do. Let me help you out, bro. It starts by kicking her to the curb. Just take your ass to work, do your job, go to the gym, try to sweat out all that anger and resentment, and move forward with your life. Brothers, once again, paternity tests should be mandatory. Make sure that you get that shit done. But anyway, peace.